Hi everybody! I have a 30-minute session that I'm doing for a client, and this is a donation session. So I'm going to be sharing healing with the collective, our human collective, and we're going to be looking at alien beings and animal beings, so it's going to be a very interesting experience. I'm going to go ahead and read these goals and then get started here. Okay. Says, humans, animals, aliens. We are all connected to each other. There are these alien beings on the dark side of the moon who are enslaving the human race, and now we human beings are enslaving the animal race. There is abuse on all sides of this connection between humans and animals and alien beings. I want to donate this session to sending love and healing to the alien beings who are enslaving the human race. If human beings were free to return to our true human nature, without alien manipulation, we may see with new clarity, which will in turn free the animal kingdom from being abused by humans. No matter which way you look at it, it's abuse. Abuse of power, abuse of other living beings, and getting lost in that abuse. Healing this alien race, I believe, can heal the human and animal collectives, as well as these alien beings, so that we can start new relationships with each other and with a new cycle of experiences. Okay, this is such a fascinating time to be exploring this topic, because I just did a video on parasitic personalities, and I'm really curious as well to look into this hidden and influential alien race. This was discussed in the recent video I did with the feline Star Being Council. It's all coming to the surface, and there's the coronavirus. Like, now is the time to be talking about this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna relax here, make sure there's no distractions. All right, let's see what we can discover here. So I'm gonna do healing for this alien race, and let's just see. I mean, is there an alien race on the dark side of the moon? Let's just see. Healing for this alien race. Interconnected then. Healing the alien race will then heal the human race, which will in turn heal the animal kingdom. So it's interesting. Interconnection going on here. Starting a new relationships, a new cycle of experiences. Okay. See what I can come across. I will say the first experience I have is it's kind of hard to breathe, and it overwhelms my heart. It's almost like walking into electricity, and it's like water that's full of electricity. It's kind of sucks you dry of inspiration and motivation, and it makes you feel sad. Kind of influences you to feel depressed for no real explainable reason. My spirit guides, as well as some alien inspiration, is asking this question. And it's curious too for you to think about it. So how is one human being going to heal a collective of alien beings that are manipulating a collective of human beings? How can one human being make such a profound difference? This other alien being feels Arcturian to me, but let's just keep moving forward here. Oh, I'm supposed to answer the question, I guess. Okay. We're all supposed to answer the question. Okay, but let me see what comes up from inside myself. How is it that I could possibly make such an influential difference? I say memory. And what I mean by this is sometimes we lose ourselves. And imagine losing yourself over time and transforming to a point that you don't remember anymore who you once were. And you don't recognize that person. because you've become so changed, so different. And we need reminders, and reminders of love. And sometimes these reminders can have a ripple effect of memory to return to the surface. So let's say this alien race, let's say that they've been on a very long timeline of getting lost in a state of being controlling beings. Let's just say, okay? Manipulative, controlling beings. And that becomes what they define as their identity. Because what truly is identity except what you think that you are, and then behaving based on that? Now, you meet somebody that really is different or outside the box. A human being walks through your door. What the heck? There's a human being in here? Are you serious? Walks through your door and comes in with memory of what love is. To give an opportunity for change, for new decision making, for self-reflection. And that is good. Even if change doesn't take place, it plants a seed of possibilities. And that is powerful. That is infinitely powerful. And we don't know how that ricochet, what that creates, even a million years from now, even trillion miles away from here. Just one single moment with one single inspiration, one single person can make a huge difference. That's my thoughts. And I hear in the background, and it doesn't hurt to try, right? Some silly voice. And it doesn't hurt to try. It's so true. It really doesn't hurt to try, does it? We should all try. We should all try. All right, this is getting a little tougher, and it's getting very vibrationally, like gross feeling, exhausting. Kind of burns my heart and my stomach. Makes me feel dizzy. Right now, I'm just taking a moment to sort of process this. It's very, 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 very draining. It's more draining than 5G frequencies. 5G network. Ugh. And it also kind of makes you feel like shaking a bit. Still walking deeper. It's so important. So I'm inspired to put a crystal grid up. And they're basically just showing me a square, a flat, four-sided square. But this square is representative of this alien collective. It just happens to be contained in this square. This is for my human mind to be able to achieve a larger accomplishment with simplicity, okay? All right, so we're working with a yellow square, and all of this collective alien race that is manipulating the human race, they're all in this square. All of them are. Every single last one of them is. And I'm placing what is like a wooden stick with a crystal on the top in every corner of this square. There's just a pause right now. This is interesting. So these feline alien beings are starting to venture in here, and they're telling me that because this relationship is between us and these alien beings and these animal beings, but really we're focusing on these alien beings and then these human beings, and everything else just sort of comes full circle as this very specific relationship transforms. When the human being chooses to face the alien race, there's power. But when the feline star beings go to face this alien race, it's out of their jurisdiction kind of thing. But they can be there to support us in doing this and accomplishing this. And so they're coming in here to be supportive. I will say this energy is really hard. It's really jacked up. Makes you kind of want to cry, and you just feel exhausted, and it's a very electrical feeling. So I'm just pausing because they're not saying what to do next, or I'm not coming up with any new ideas. So I'm just going to wait for a moment and just continue to watch here. This yellow square with these 4 sticks with crystals on the top. Something is definitely happening. I'm not consciously aware of it yet. I keep thinking of an image of water, and the water is dirty. And there's somebody it's almost like a horse that's trying to swim across the ocean. And it's a very, very dirty water, and the horse is exhausted, and it's not built for swimming. And it certainly isn't built to swim from, one country on one side of the ocean to the other. It's just not what horses were made for. But I see a brown horse swimming through the ocean, and the water is very dirty, and the horse is too exhausted to keep going. And it's bobbing, is starting to bob, like go underwater and then try to get the stamina to keep the head above water, and then bobbing again. And it's literally fighting for just the last moments of its own life. It doesn't want to die, even in this impossible moment that seems way out of proportion, like way absurd, way out there. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to die. In what ways is the human race kind of like this? Like a horse trying to swim across an ocean, doing something just completely outside of its own nature. Is the human race really in tune with its own nature? Are we doing really extreme and confusing things all the time? But we don't want to die. We actually don't want to die. But how many odd voices are there inside us that are just sick of the human race and just want this whole thing to be over with already? We just want the whole human race to just blow up and just be done with this stupid thing already. There's so many voices like this out there, but yet deep down inside, our instinct is to survive. Even if we are a horse in the middle of the ocean, just want to survive, just want to keep going, just want to keep trying, we can make it. There's these parallels between this horse and the human race, and then feeling defeated by an alien race, so to speak. Another influence, an impossible accomplishment to survive against it. You almost need a miracle in a way. This is really, really important message. There is a secret inside this message. It's like a riddle. And it feels like it's partially spoken then by the alien race. It's like this alien race is sharing this riddle with us. And it's extremely open, like an open door. And it's not threatening us. It's just simply asking us to look at this. And the answer to this whole thing is in this riddle. Well, I take out the idea of miracles, because that's sort of like the ultimate dream, and that's like the last resort. And I don't feel like I don't want to work with the last resort, like an impossible last resort. That's what a miracle is. It's like an impossible thing that somehow manifests, and nobody had anticipated it, wasn't planned by some like movement of God. You know, the moon moved from next to the earth over to Saturn, and the whole world turned upside down, and then we just became fairies. Like, that's miracle level stuff here. Like, some impossible transformation. I want to work with real stuff, real tangible stuff that we can work with here, that we can come up with solutions here, real solutions here. And we don't have to rely or hope for something way, way out there. Because we can be the miracles. Okay. Now, my spirit guides are helping with this. So the horse is getting extremely heavy, and it can't keep up with this. And it's very hard on my head, because it's just so absolutely draining and exhausting of my mind. And so this horse is just so heavy, and it's just starting to sink. It's just starting to sink. This is a moment of severe grief and sadness, and fear and terror, but also freedom as well. It's death. It's complete and utter letting go of the fight for one's life. And I'm shown time, and another one dies, and another one dies, and another one dies. Humans, animals, like death, death, death is always happening. We try to survive, then we die. We try to survive, and then we die. Whether you're an animal or a human, it's the same thing. We're always trying to defy our own deaths. I ask my spirit guides what death has to do with this. I'm here to heal this alien collective. What is it about this conversation that has to do with the riddle? They show me the earth, and the earth is full of these human beings that are going to die, going to die, going to die. But I see all the human beings turning white. They're all turning white. And when they turn white, that's a reflection of death in this scene. And I see all the human beings turn white, like they all die. And then there's silence. And my spirit guides want to ask me another question. They want to know, if the whole human race dies, what happens to the alien race? What happens to the animal kingdom? If we just take the human race out of the picture, the alien race needs the human race needs the animal race. For whatever reasons, you know, we all need something. But now when humans disappear, then what do the aliens do? So if the alien beings push the human race to an end, and the human race does not exist anymore, what do the alien beings have? This is another part of this riddle. It's a multi-dimensional thing. Because it's exploring what is the purpose of our relationship in the first place. If the alien beings need to control us, then they're getting something out of it. So we can't all just die, otherwise the relationship isn't functioning anymore. It's the alien race has to move on to something else now. I tell them, okay, cool. I'm going to take all this stuff that we're talking about and I'm just going to set it over there. And I'm going to go back into this like very overwhelming electrical energy with square and the crystals. And I'm going to keep moving forward on this alien collective healing. And we can talk more about that as we move forward. I just want to see what happens when I go back here. I don't want to get caught up in distractions, and I want to make sure that that isn't a distraction. I want to make sure that I'm focusing on the initial goal. And if the initial goal includes solving this puzzle of riddles, then we'll go back to it. It's very interesting. It's almost like there's a weird frequency that you can only get so close. Because as I'm analyzing this, I still feel that I could get even deeper and even closer here than I am right now. And I'm trying to figure out how, because the energy is just, it's almost programmed to, it's almost like it's locked, energetically locked. It's like if you want to go visit the Arcturians or, I mean, you have to go through a purification process. So if you want to visit these beings, there's something of your frequency that has to shift or change in order to actually get into their frequency. It's got a lock on it. So I'm going to have to alter my frequency. All right, just a moment here. It definitely doesn't want someone who's loving, because when I allow myself to be purely true to who I am, then I'm not allowed in. So I have to become a frequency of manipulation itself to be not true to who I am, to be the opposing side. This is an interesting concept because I've been thinking a lot about this. Isn't this somewhere in the Bible where it says the wicked shall rule the earth? Isn't there something in the Bible, something like that? And I've been thinking about the balance of the human race and how this conversation has been coming up. There's no such thing as coincidence about honest people are strong people. Chaotic people are weak people, okay? And the concept that the weak and chaotic people rule the earth, how in the world does chaotic, weak people rule the earth? When to be honest is to be strong. And to be strong and honest is to rule. And not to rule is to simply be. Be in balance because you are in balance with truth. Right? So how in the world have we allowed the wicked, chaotic, misguided to be the powerful ones? How has that happened here? But in order to enter into this frequency, I have to be the wicked. Then I can talk to these beings. I have to become manipulative. I have to be. That's what it's like. I have to alter my frequency. But that's okay because I have to do the next thing here in order to get to the next phase of this. I have to alter my frequency, and that's what it's saying to me. More things to think about, okay? And when you think about this, don't think about how history is proving this wicked. Because if we keep living by history, our future is going to be the same as our past. Which is why we need to start living a new truth. We need to start saying honest people are strong people, and it's the strong, honest people that are here to change the world and to eradicate the lost, confused, the wickedness, the evil, the chaos. because none of that should exist. It's all a reflection of our pain and our fears and our insecurities. Pain, fear, insecurity should not have power. They're broken energies. It's like saying my broken dishwasher is so much better than my functioning one. I'm going to give power to the broken dishwasher every single time. That's what we're saying here with broken human beings. Let's just give our power to those people. They're much stronger than functioning ones. How has this happened? You need to just start standing for what you believe in. Don't try to make sense of why it's like this. It's better to just say, you know what, I'm going to stand for being honest and true. And I'm going to believe in that. And I'm going to put energetic power into that as the future of the human race and the present of the human race and the past of the human race. Because we can write a new book anytime. And we can start living by that new book. Brand new Bible, brand new Adam and Eve story. All right, I'm starting to enter into here because it's not as if I have to become manipulation. It's just as if I have to identify with the frequency itself. I don't have to become it. I just have to identify with it. There's different levels. It's totally an interdimensional space. So if there are alien beings on the dark side of the moon, I don't know how physical it is per se, because it's totally interdimensional. I mean, I'm in here and it's huge. It's a huge thing. It's like super galactic. I can't even imagine how enormous this space actually is. The moon doesn't even cut it. It's huge. It's not just in this dimension, it's in many dimensions. Because when I'm in here, I can project my consciousness around and I can see there's lots of different leader figures. But I don't even know how to define it as really like leaders, because it's not necessarily like people. It's more like drones or computer energies, frequencies. It's not like bodies like we have. It's something else. It's not like bodies, okay? I'm telling you, reptilian shapeshifters may not be the ruler of whatever this is. I mean, it could be frequencies themselves, you know? And I don't like to point fingers here, just say it's reptilian shapeshifters. Because they're scary looking, you know? Like, we can't be working with our eyes here. We got to be working with something else. I mean, that girl is so beautiful. She's probably like an angel, you know, because she's beautiful. You know, that person there is ugly. They must be a monster because they're not attractive. It's really old, you know, way of thinking. As a human race, we got to find out who people are on the inside. We got to find out this stuff for ourselves, not because somebody said it's that way, but because we want to find out for ourselves. This is a very enormous space. I mean, I could duplicate the yellow square with the crystals infinite times for all eternity and just place that here. But it just instantly dissolves the idea, like instantaneously. It's not dissolving me, but it's just dissolving ideas of transformation, ideas of healing. It dissolves them instantaneously. So I got to figure this out. I'm showing this, I mean, it's like I'm in the head of a giant computer is the only way I could describe it. It's like I'm in the eye or the mind of an ultimate technological thing. Like, it doesn't even feel like it has a heart. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily alive, but yet it is alive. Its frequencies is electricity. It's an electrical structure. It sends signals, but I'm showing the mind, the horse, and the ocean. And I want to see what it says to this. This is creating a powerful reaction. And it actually has some emotional response. I can feel it in my own heart. It doesn't want to see this death. It doesn't want to see the horse die in the ocean. It doesn't want that. It keeps reacting in this way. But I can't show that the horse is on land, because if I show it that the horse is on land, the energy is really, for some reason, it becomes disturbing. It has to remain true to the original riddle. The horse is in the ocean dying. Something is changing. It's not emotional at all anymore, and it's just processing lots and lots and lots of what is like energetic communication, but it's all in like codes and things, like symbols. It's like energy symbols, like hieroglyphs, but it's technological feeling, it's electrical feeling. I mean, this is a huge, 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 huge space. It's enormous. I know what to do. So, what I'm doing, because this is an energy space, higher dimensions are energetic. We are, in a way, this is what I believe at this time. All right, so angels, we can't see them. We can see them in our mind's eye, but we can't see them with our human eyes because our dimension is denser. So when we are set free from our bodies, we become light. And the lighter we go, the higher in dimension we go. It's also physical realities. So the angelic realms is a physical realm, but it's a much lighter dimension. Okay? So how much power does an angel have in our dense physical world? How much power does a human being have in a dense physical world? And why are there incarnate beings here to help the human race? We're more effective when we're incarnate in the human form than we are in the higher dimensional realms. We are more powerful here because we have direct influence on each other in the same density as each other. It's much harder for angels to make a difference here than it is for us to make a difference with each other. Collective beliefs have power, yes, but we have power. We do. So now I'm connecting with a lighter dimension than this earth dimension, where this hidden alien race exists, which is like huge, dimensionally enormous, like unfathomably enormous, but it's working in lighter dimensions, which makes me more powerful than it, because I can alter its reality. I can alter its reality because its reality is energy. It's based on thoughts and feelings and everything not tangible. So I have the power to influence it with my own dense energy. We are powerful beings. We are very, very powerful beings. And as soon as we understand this, understand how to work with energy, we change the whole world. Another thing that comes to my mind constantly is the importance of choosing to work with our own love and our own energies to impact other people who choose to work with broken, wicked energies. So you have somebody who is choosing to be a liar, okay? I have the power to choose to heal that person. You have somebody who's choosing brokenness because it's a hard world. We are all choosing brokenness in one way, shape, or form. I have the power as an incarnate angel and human being in this dense reality to transform the lives of others because I care and because I can. they have a choice whether they want to receive that or not. They have a choice whether they want to be honest or not. They have a choice. However, I also have a choice. And I want to make a difference. And I have the power to make a difference. Because I'm understanding the power of myself. I'm understanding the power of energy. I'm understanding the power of my own dense reality. I'm understanding the power of being a strong, honest human being is more powerful. More powerful. So this whole alien race is basically pathetic. The reason why is because it can't be stronger than us. Because it's not dense like we are. It's in an energy reality. All energy can be transformed. Affirmations is a good example of this. You can say, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly every single day. And you can break yourself down. You can actually break yourself down by saying negative things to yourself. But if you choose to say positive things to yourself, you can repair yourself. That's an example of energy and the power of energy. Broken energy and then healing broken energy. Positive energy, negative energy. We can transform anything in the energy world. Just with intention alone. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collect this whole thing and turn it into an energy ball, okay? And I'm going to put this energy ball into an orb of the love of all of humanity. You see why your love is so important? You can't stop loving. You can't just say, well, they aren't loving, so why should I love? You cannot give up. Don't let those weak, broken, corrupted people influence you to be just as weak and broken and corrupted as they are. You have to stay true to love, okay? So, the collective of love within the human race. We're something special here. Do you think there's a collective of love within the animal race, in the animal kingdom? Do you think their instinctive natures, do they have the same type of love that we have? Or is it considered love, or is it considered instinct or affection? Is affection deep and intimate soul love, or is it just affection, like licking your face, a dog giving you love in this way? Is it as powerful? Is it as deep? Is it as meaningful? I'll let you answer it, but it's a really cool thought. But we're going to pull in all the animal love too, okay? The human love, the animal love, and we'll just pull in all the other alien races' love, okay? We're going to pull in the angel love. We're going to pull in love from every single realm, every dimension. We're going to pull it all in, and we're going to be grateful for it. We're going to be thankful for it. We're going to wash ourselves in it. We're going to love it that much more. We're going to celebrate it. We're going to just dance with it, sing with it, okay? And we're going to give this as our gift, not to manipulate this alien race, but to help it to heal, to help it understand a new way, to help it see that we are making new choices and we're choosing a different direction. You understand what I mean here? If I can pull the collective love, which exists here, I just choose to pull the collective love that is within every human being on the planet, pull the collective love that is within every animal being on the planet, pull the collective love within all the angels, archangels, pull the collective love within all the alien beings, pull the collective love from all of our soulmates, pull the collective love from Source itself, and make that choice as the most powerful choice, my intention, my choice, to make a difference. That one person can change the world. But it's not just me, it's collective love. I'm just the one choosing to work with it right now. You can work with it with me, right? So I just pack it all in and then place it into an energy orb of all of our collective love, all of our dreams and inspirations for a new experience and development of new relations that are harmonic, that are beautiful, that are radiant, that are extraordinary. They can work with harmony if they want to. We're choosing harmony now. You understand? This is interesting. it's actually full of souls for some reason. This giant thing that's been kind of turned into a ball, I get to look into that and see the original structure, which is got lots of souls in it. And I start to see these souls are being purged out, like barfed out of it. It's like trapped souls. This is a really big deal because part of what is the electrical frequencies of this structure is pulling the energy from souls. So a soul is electricity. It's an infinite battery, okay? Soul fragments are infinite batteries, even if it's a fragment of a soul. It's forever, and it never dies, ever. Imagine if you can harness that energy, what you can do with it. So I'm seeing the energy field or the energy force of it. It has no choice. It's breaking down because the souls are freeing themselves from this structure. They're returning to heaven. And we have to support this. Not with anger, but with, it's time. It's time. We're learning our lessons from you. Thank you so much, other alien race. Thank you for everything that you've shared with our souls, with other souls. We're choosing another path. We don't have to get angry about it. We don't have to get bitter about it. That's just us holding on to the past. That's just us holding on to what's not fair. That's us holding on to things we can't even understand. But we do understand we want a different way. We want new experiences. And we want experiences that are new. We don't want to work with the same ones. So we're cool now. You go do your thing. We're done. That's all we have to do. Draw a line in the sand. We're done. So I'm just really, really like super, and I mean super, like igniting the energy here of the collective love. Just like really saturating it. Like the dog won't stop licking your face because it loves you. We're licking the face of the structure. We're just filling the structure with love. All of our love, which is setting souls free that have been used as batteries, basically, to keep this alive. Feels a heck of a lot better. I mean, I feel like I'm brand new. I don't feel gross. I don't feel not good. I feel great. I feel awesome. See energy? You just gotta hang in there. You just gotta stay facing it. Don't run away from it. Just stand still and face it. You're stronger than you could imagine. We're freaking really, really strong. And I know part of it is because we're dense. We can change all the upper layers if we want to. I feel very strongly that we can. We're powerful. If the human race realizes this, things that we can do, things that we're doing already, you know. But this is, I feel, a huge movement, like a huge movement in my own emotional gut. My emotional gut is a collective space. It's just not my individual experiences, although that's what I'm saturated with most because that's what I relate to the most. However, I feel the collective. Sometimes I'm like, why do I feel like this today? There's no reason why I should feel this bad. But I also have times where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I can't even smile. I feel big enough. Like my face, it just wants to rip. Like I'm so happy. I can't even like contain myself right now. I'm freaking out. I get that way. Specifically after the New Year's, first couple of days after the celebration of the New Year, I am so off the wall happy. Because I swear the energy of the collective is so off the wall happy that I feel it like just supercharging me like crazy. Valentine's Day, like when there's a collective global celebration days where we are all on the same vibration as each other and it's positive, I freaking feel it. But then there's times where it gets really heavy and it's like, why do I feel like this? It doesn't make any sense. And it's just a collective purging. We're just going, there's a collective thing going on. We're just purging it, you know? But I feel really great, and I can tell that this alone has made an impact. It has made a difference because I feel it inside myself, and you should feel it inside yourself too, and we should all just celebrate today because we're choosing a new pathway. We're choosing harmony. We're choosing to move on from this, not by holding on to it and getting pissed about it because it's not fair or right. We don't have to do that. It's a waste of time and energy. We just celebrate today because another triumph has taken place of the strength of love. And that's all that matters. That's all we should be investing our energy into. Okay. There is quite it feels like a rusted over. It doesn't feel like active energy flows. It doesn't make me feel barfable. I don't feel the weird energy barrier. I feel none of that stuff. I feel the freedom of lots and lots of souls. The release of lots and lots of souls. A dismantling. A change. It's good. Okay, thank you all for watching and for being supportive and loving. Thanks for hanging out with me this whole time. It's a 47 minutes now. 47 minutes we've been hanging out together, exploring this, solving riddles about horses and oceans. It's interesting. All right, thank you so much. And if any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Okay, thank you all again, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.